back for another episode. One thing I want to talk about is my current perspective on the market. Okay, so as we saw about less than a week ago, we saw the price of Bitcoin drop from, I believe, 75 or 7,300. Again, I'm shooting this video from my car while driving, and I want to get this video out to you guys as soon as possible. So I'm not in front of my laptop to give you actual facts and figures because I'm not looking at charts right now. But based off memory, we had dropped from like 7,100, 7,300 to 6,500, and this has kind of been happening. Every week or so we'll drop from like 8,000 to 7,500, right? It'll be a quick drop, and then we'll hover, go sideways, 7,500, 7,300, 7,700, and it'll drop again. We'll see a big long red candle, and a price will drop like another $500 or $700 or $300 or $1,000, and it continues to happen over the past month. Since we touched almost $10,000 in the beginning of May, we're at 9,800, and the market's just been in I'd like to say in tranches. It's been dropping. It'll be a sudden drop, go sideways, sudden drop, a week or two later, a week and a half later, sideways for like 4 or 5 days a week, 7, 8, 9 days, sudden drop, and it's continuing to happen. So I've been talking about this. I mentioned a couple videos ago, I was at a buddy of mine. I was at his house in Silicon Valley. The guy's a brilliant guy. He's a developer. He's been in this space for 4 or 5 years, and like I mentioned before, one thing he mentioned to me, and the one thing I love about his brain is he's an economist as well. He understands cycles. He understands human psychology. He understands the traditional global economy and how it works. So I definitely respect his mind. And one thing he told me from his insiders was that the government is going to continue releasing regulations, but they're going to release it in tranches. So we're going to see the price continue to drop, but it's not going to be all at once, because again, if the government dropped the price all at once, that would just completely collapse the market. So they got to do it slowly, right? So my again, I wouldn't even call this an educated guess, because educated would be suspect in my opinion. But my guess is I agree with him, by the way. I believe we're going to be in a bearish market for quite some time. We've seen the conversation in these forums on Facebook, in my own group, on Telegram chats, in our own Telegram chat, as well as others that I'm in. Not as many people conversing. And mind you, these are all retail investors, right? You're seeing the volume in Bitcoin has dropped down to 3.1 billion a couple days ago. I haven't checked CoinMarketCap today, but a few days ago it was about 3.1 billion. It's been the lowest volume since November, since early November. So volume has dropped. So that means that there's not as much demand on the retail side. So what does that mean? I believe, and this is my guess, is that we're going to continue to see the price drop in tranches, not all at once, because that would scare the hell out of everyone, and in my opinion it would collapse the market. What I believe is going to happen is the price is going to drop, and the banks, the major institutions, the ones who are really understand the market and traditional markets, they understand human psychology. And what they understand about human psychology is there's only so much retail investors can take until they just start cutting their losses and just leaving the market. I believe the sentiment is people are going to just start selling the Bitcoin because they're going to think to themselves, oh, well, I'll just get back in when there's a next bull market. Because everyone thinks they're decent at timing. But the truth is, almost everyone sucks at timing. Very few actual chartists, people who really understand TA, technical analysis, and have the right indicators are pretty good at timing. No one's that good at timing. So, but a lot of people think they're good at timing, right? So what I believe is going to happen is traditional retail investors, and this is what the big institutions want, they want you to sell your Bitcoin because they want to scoop up cheap Bitcoin. The name of this game for institutions is not just to go long, but to go up and go down and go up and go down. Go long and then short. Go long and then short. I'm not saying the institution is going to completely control the market, because eventually fundamentals will kick in. Eventually, I don't know if Bitcoin will ever solve the scaling issue, but mind you, Bitcoin is the brand of cryptocurrencies. It is the mothership of the crypto market. Even when there's going to be more USD pairings on exchanges with other alternative cryptocurrencies. And even though Bitcoin dominance will drop, I believe Bitcoin will still be the mothership for many years to come, because it is the brand, it is still the gateway in terms of market perception, at least to the crypto market. So I believe in order for them to protect the crypto market, Bitcoin can never collapse, even if its utility value sucks as time goes on, which obviously I think the utility value will get better, and we're seeing that in the charts in terms of not just the hash rate. Well, hash rate's more for miners, but in terms of the amount of transactions, etc., it's continuing to rise. So utility is rising for Bitcoin. The point I'm trying to make is that I believe retail investors, a lot of them are going to be shaken out of the market because prices are going to continue dropping. This brings me to my other point, is that no one should ever invest their entire life savings in the crypto market. And I've met a lot of people in this market over the past 6 months, year, that have invested a lot more than they should have. And this happens in every cycle. It happened in a dot-com cycle. A lot of people lost their shirt when the dot-com bubble crashed, right? And it took about 14 years for the NASDAQ to recover to where it was at in 2001. I'm not saying it's going to take 14. I'm not even saying it's going to take 3 years. I don't even think it's going to take a year until we see our next really major bull run. But what I'm getting at is that I want to share with you my thoughts. So, and I'd like to hear your perspective as well. So leave a comment below. But here's my thoughts. I think we're going to be in a bearish market for the next 3 to 6 months. I think we're going to see the price of Bitcoin continue to drop, and I think more and more people are going to sell, thinking they're going to get back when there's the next bull run. It's just like everyone, when it was 20 grand, everyone's saying, oh, if it was 8 grand, if Bitcoin drops to 8 grand, I'm going to keep buying it up. Well, where are they at? No one was buying it up at 8 grand because the retail demand was still down. So everyone is saying, oh, if it drops to 2 grand or 1 grand, I'm going to buy it up. If it drops to 2 grand or 1 grand, which I don't think that'll happen, if it does, I highly doubt most of these retail investors that say they're going to buy in at 2 grand and 1 grand if it drops from 6,500 would really do that, because they're going to believe, man, it's over. The game's over. This cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin is not, there's no future there. That's going to be, I believe, the psychology of an investor if the price drops to 2K or 1K. But this is what the big banks, this is what the institutions want. They want to buy up cheap Bitcoin and then go long, because they know eventually the fundamentals will kick in. They know eventually the use case for Bitcoin, for Litecoin, for mainly most of the top 10, top 20 cryptocurrencies, not all, most. The fundamentals will kick in, and the utility use will be real and will be adopted, and mass adoption will come eventually. Now, if it's going to happen this year, I don't know. I believe we will hit the trillions. I'm just sharing this with you. I'm not saying this is the truth. I don't know. I'm just a guy on YouTube. Do your own research. If you hear anybody on YouTube trying to give you financial advice, run away. I'm not here to give you financial advice. I'm here to give you my opinion. And legally, I can't give you financial advice. So again, do your own research. Take this information for what it is. Vet it. Vet anybody on YouTube or on social media trying to give advice, because people can be sincerely wrong, or people are just full of shit and they just want to say whatever comes out of their ass on YouTube just to build a following and have an audience so they can sell you some shit later on. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in actually adding value back to this market as much as I can. So with that being said, do your own research. This is my perspective. This is where I think the market's headed in the intermediate. I think we are headed in the bearish market. I think we're going to see the price drop. I don't think we're going to see it drop below 3K. We may touch 5K in the next couple weeks. I'm not sure. I don't have any technical analysis to showcase that we're going to drop to 5K. This is just my intuitive feeling. Not only that, this is also based on some very expert doesn't make sense, but expert traders that I respect, like a Tone Vays, etc. These are guys that tell the truth, and these are guys that don't just spit out pie in the sky trade calls, right? So I respect that. I love people who are a little bit more negative, because they're the ones who are going to probably keep you safe in this market, as opposed to the overly optimistic, super positive people. If you're super positive, I'm not saying don't be negative, but I'm saying, like, for the ones who are overly positive, I'm typically skeptical of those people. So with that being said, guys, that's my opinion. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Click the like button, click the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever we have a new video. As you can see, I'm driving with and recording with my phone, because I wanted to get this out to you guys right away, man. I don't have this expert setup like most of these YouTubers, but you will see the quality of the videos and the quality of the content continue to evolve. on this channel. So I hope you stick around. I hope you engage with me and leave a comment. And let's talk. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great one.